Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Setters. I will be in Vegas tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be in Vegas, and hopefully I'll be able to sit there and do a live of the infamous bubble craps. Somebody just posted that they went to the casino here in Phoenix or here in the Phoenix area, and they didn't realize that the craps table doesn't open up until 6, I think it is, 6 on the week days. So he chose bubble craps, and I mean he has a cash out for 600, another cash out for maybe another 600. But you know what? If you want to play craps that badly, do the bubble craps. There are plenty of strategies to choose from. Cool thing is, you can bet as little as $1. It doesn't matter, and they'll make sure they do the change correctly for you. It's not like this craps where you have to sit there and bet a certain amount, especially for your odds. You can put whatever odds you want to on your pass line bet, and it will pay you correctly. So I'll sit there and do that Saturday. I'll do that for Saturday. Um, as you notice, I have my headphones on, and I never was a person to put headphones on. In fact, it was just like 2 months ago, first time ever. I had to sit there and have to, listen to something. It's some kind of like Chinese medicine or something like that. It has vibrations or whatever. So I had to sit there and invest in a set of headphones. And I happened to have them on as I entered the casino, and I didn't think nothing of it. Nothing was playing through it because, as you know, most of the time the casinos are so loud you couldn't you could pump these things up to as loud as you can, and you still couldn't hear your own music. Got to the craps table, put my money down, and the pit boss goes, "Sir, sir," and so I'm like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." There's nothing playing to it, but you can't like pull the cord and show them, "Hey, there's nothing," because it's Bluetooth. I'm so old school. Everything was connected. So I put it in my pocket, and later on, I was sitting there talking to my wife. I sat there and said, that was kind of odd. And she goes, "Well, what happened?" I told her. I said, "Yeah." I said, "The pit boss told me to take the headphones off." And she goes, "Well, that's because they probably thought you were cheating or something like that." I said, "Cheating in craps with headphones? What's the person going to say?" Jeff, do not roll a 7. Okay, the next roll, do not roll a 7. I mean, I could see blackjack. I could definitely see blackjack, counting cards. Yeah, that's yeah, I understand that. Poker, for sure, poker, especially if you have other people behind, or they might sit there and see something or say, "Hey, don't play that," or "Hey, if you got something higher." Yeah, got it. Baccarat, such a confusing game. You got to keep a tally on what's going on. But yeah, I could see, Baccarat, sure, why not? The craps, I just thought it was funny. And I thought you guys would enjoy that story. I will be in Vegas this weekend, so if you guys want to sit there and roll with me, that's not a problem. You know what to do. It is dicehitter@gmail.com, and we'll sit there and roll some craps. That's not a problem. Or if you sit there and say, "Hey, can you sit there and watch my throw and tell me what you think?" And no problem doing that. Um, you guys help me when I sit there and produce these videos to make me better, and I hope that I do help you guys to get better as well. And if we all can learn from each other, hey, better, it's a win-win. And when you're at the craps table winning, you have a nice big smile on your face. And when you're at the craps table losing, it's not a joyous thing. It's not fun. It's not like I sat there and took time off of work to lose money and to lose this badly at craps. That's not what fun is. Fun is when you go to the table with 200, you leave with 700, or better, even higher than that. That's not a problem. But that's what I try to do: turn 200 into 700 during my turn, and try to get a table that doesn't have anybody there. And the more people that show up, the quicker I am to exit. But the dealers know me, and they are very happy to see me, and they'll even push people out of the way for me to have the spot that I want. The spot I always want is R1. I do, as far as I know that when I go to Ellis tomorrow, the tabletops will be different. I haven't seen pictures of it, but that's what they told me. And the trampoline, if you guys know anything about the trampoline, they promise that the trampoline will no longer be the trampoline. So I will definitely keep you guys updated, and hopefully I was rolling killer rolls the last time. Killer. Absolute killer. I hope it stays that way. My biggest thing is that it's kind of like going to the casino when you only have $100 to spend versus going to the casino when you have $1,000 to spend. Sometimes you play easier when you have the $1,000 versus you play harder when you only have the 100. You're tight. You do the same thing with a new table or a new table. If you've never been at this table, you have no idea. But you don't want to sit there and keep on trying and keep on losing. You don't want to sit there and put your money out there just for you to 7 out and wipe it all over again. That's why you play very conservatively until you're like, okay, I think I can handle this table. And the next turn you sit there and go up higher. Craps. I would have to sit there and say mentally is 50%. Mentally is 50%. If you're not there up here, you shouldn't be there playing here. But it is mental. And for those of you that don't dice set, you don't have the foggiest clue what I'm talking about. But for those of you that sit there and practice and practice and practice and go, I'm going to use this dice set and I'm going to throw it this way. I'm going to make sure that my thumb stays, locked in place and only my fingers move. That way the dice don't go spinning on me. You know what I'm talking about. It's all mental. And then when you miss your landing zone, or then if you get your landing zone and the dice start rolling back to you, you know it's going to turn out horrible. It's all mental. So if you can keep back on that mental part and just focus in on doing the best you can, I guarantee you the chances of you winning are going to be greater. But I will give you an update. I'll give you an update when I go live on Saturday on Bubble Craps. And I'll tell you whether or not yay or eh. But hopefully the trampoline is fixed, because that's a table I would play if I absolutely had to. But I'd just rather not have to. I'd rather sit there and be the only one at the table. I'd prefer if they had a $25 table. If they had a $50 table, I'd rather be at that table than have it just super, super crowded. I win more when it's just myself. Now, I'm always out there to sit there and say, if you guys want to join me in Vegas and have a whole table to ourselves, we can do that. But I got to have people committed to sit there and have a $500 bankroll and tell me I will be there for this weekend and have at least 6 of you guys to sit there and promise to be there. Because if I show up and no one's there, it's going to be, egg on my face. But that's always an opportunity. They have people do that all the time. I'm open for it whenever. But just trying to get enough people that know about it and that want to do it. And we can, most time you sit there and, your favorite position would be like L1, R1, and we just rotate that, around and around. That way that everyone has a chance to sit there and throw at their favorite spot. And that's, the dealers don't mind. That's how most of the time they play it. L1, R1, and they just keep on, you can sit there and win some money. And you can sit there and lose some money. But let me know if you're interested in that. dicesetters@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. I will see you on Saturday. Forgot about that one. All right, guys. Completely in the zone. Had music going on, hard day, and just trying to make it the best video I can for you guys. I did make a couple of mistakes, and I sat there and shook my hand, and hopefully you understood. One time I forgot to take down my uh, the 7 when I sat there and hop in the 7s. One time I forgot to set up my my 4 on the 3, the 2, the yo, and the midnight, but I put them back up. I did hit my tall. I'm missing 2 for the small, the 4 and the 3. So I started with 25 on the 4, 30 on the 5, 30 on the 6. No, excuse me, 25 on the 4, 35. No, it was 25. 25 on the 5 and 30 on the 6. And then as soon as I made it, I sat there and took it down, and table minimum was 10. This is for the dealers. That was for me. Let's see how we did. We only had 2 quarters left on the table, which is pretty good, I think. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, I definitely could have done better. I was trying to be in the zone and everything. That's a loss on that one. And like I said, we started with 100. Excuse me, start with 100. Start with 500. Let's see what we're at. It's 150. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we started with. That's 177. 177 was our profit. I think that's the best way to do it than just regularly just pull it down and leave it blank, because if it's blank, I guarantee you're going to sit there and roll it. So, like you saw me hit the 6. I sat there and pulled my big money out. I sat there and changed it for a table minimum, and then if I were to hit it, I would sit there and go up. That's what I was doing, and I always do the dealers, because most of them I can at least hit either one or the other or both. And the dealers were happy; they got 35 bucks out of the deal. And if you don't do this, you're going to end up playing the field, and then every time you sit there and hit the 5, the 6, and the 8, you sit there and lose it. So I just sit there and do $4 this way. That way, it's either going to be 15 bucks or 30 bucks is what you're going to win in whenever you sit there and hit crap numbers. And this is what I call the knockout. If you don't have the right dice set, or if you're at the wrong table, it's too bouncy or whatever, it's going to knock you out. But hopefully, you can control your dice set. Hopefully, you have good dice sets to choose from, and hopefully your table is not too bouncy, and this would work for you. It's called the knockout. It's something I just came up with, and I figured make money when you can, and then as time goes on, you want to sit there and pull those big bets down, and that's exactly what I did. I only got my pants pulled down for 50. So there was 2 numbers I should have hit, but I just could not hit. There we have it. And hopefully I didn't make any of the mistakes that I didn't catch, but when I did catch it, I sat there and shook my hand. But again, I was just in my zone. I was trying to do the best I can, listen to some music. Can't have it playing as I'm recording, because then YouTube will hit me for a copyright, and I don't want that. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, subscribe. Please definitely, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. All it does is it tells people, hey, if you like craps, this might be a craps channel for you to like, because other people that like craps like and subscribe to this channel. And if you could do that for me, that'd be fantastic. If you have this dice strategy for me, please let me know. We'll try to I'll do as many as people come up with, and I don't have a problem with it. There are some, but if I absolutely don't understand, I'll try to get more clarification. But if I understand it, I'll sit there and throw it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.